But it is a reminder that not everything is obsolete, everything has a purpose, and for us this is also our business, right? Legacy systems, opportunity.
Hey Oliver, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, it's a pleasure. I remember we met like a few years back at one of the EFMA conferences, I think in Barcelona, so ¿qué tal?
Yeah, so that's how life goes, right? Once on the corporate side, now on the startup side.
You were still at Swiss Re, so I could ask you a lot of questions about that. But yesterday was the big day, so we had FinovateEurope 2019. You were one of the demoing companies. How did that go?
Well, we had a great time. The challenge is always to bring it into like a core message that people can sort of digest and say, yeah, I connect with that. We got a lot of good responses. We were busy at the stand. It was a great time. We had a really good time.
So what did you talk about then? Because as you said, 7 minutes is super short. So what did you focus on yesterday?
So what we showed the participants is that we're an enabler to two sides of an ecosystem. One is the payments industry itself, trying to get into the companies with the older IT systems, and then as well as the insurers of the world and banks with the old IT systems, a way to get to more modern payment systems and how we can play that role and enable that to the benefit of their consumer.
So so that seems riveting actually. I have to ask though, because you spent a few years in innovation, which is great, at one of the largest insurer or reinsurers. Did you see that need, or did you find that idea when you were still working again for that big organization?
That would be a yes and no. So for one, it was about, we tried to launch something else first. So we are a pivot actually. We tried to sell flight delay insurance 6 years ago, and our customers demanded real-time payments, which the insurers weren't able to deliver at that point. Not because they didn't want to, but just technically they couldn't. And through my experiences of working in the insurance industry in various forms, I knew what a challenge it is and that it's an IT culture problem, and that's what we're trying to address. Really make it simple for large corporations to get to all this new cool technology.
Yeah, very cool to see that implemented, coming from ideas to putting it together. That must be a great feeling, I guess.
It is, because that's often the challenge, right? So you have a good fun coming up with ideas, and like they always say, there's enough ideas. The challenge is in implementing, and we're finding a really good rhythm now, really good clients to implement and really make a difference.
Yes. So why are you here? I mean, what's the value of being at Finovate?
So for us, it's really about sort of the reputation that Finovate has as a connector of people. So it's not, while it is a European one, we've met people from all over the world, which is great for us. We are an ecosystem player, so we need many people from both sides. And that's something we really enjoyed here. There's both sides. We have a role to play with the startups here and companies that are here, as well as the corporates that are coming here. And we've also had great reception with investors who see the potential, want to connect us. So for us, it's been an overall great experience.
Great. So great, not only in terms of visibility, awareness, but also potential partnerships and even funds if one day you need to raise more money. That's exciting, yeah. That's one of the key perks of Finovate, and it's even on the global scale because of the Finovate presence all over the world. What are the key challenges in 2019 to drive a big growth, at Imburse?
One is around actually the sales cycles. So because we're B2B, sales cycles are incredibly long. And for corporates, it's okay to have meetings moved by 3 months because people are on holiday. For us, it's 3 months of salaries and things are tight. So managing sales cycles is a really big challenge for us. And even reducing a sales cycle from 18 to 12 months is a massive win for us, but a massive challenge. The other one is to grow throughout Europe and then make the step to the US. So that's really our challenge for this year, is have the right traction, have the right backing, because there's a lot of demand coming from the US in this space. And then the third bit is around focusing. It really is something that has occurred to me moving from corporate into startup. You read about it, they're like focus, focus, focus. But it is, you have limited resources and you have to make a splash in a certain area. So keeping that focus as a founder is really challenging because you see so many applications and opportunities for business, and just keeping that focus will be a big focus of ours. Yeah.
Well, that's exactly, and as a founder, you got a vision, so exactly, ideas are coming, use cases are coming to your mind, so it must be very challenging indeed. But I guess you never looked back so far, so in terms of work and life balance, being your own boss and the CEO?
Yeah, it's great, right? So it gives you a certain kind of control to do things, certain limitations, right? New stresses that you're not used to, financial responsibility for others, but it gives you a certain freedom as well to decide how to structure your work. It's your input, 100% of your input is 100% of your output. So if you do bad, you get bad. But if you control it and you're surrounded by an amazing team like we are at Imburse, really lucky to have a great team, it all sort of comes together and makes sense, all the long hours and stuff.
Awesome, yeah. Well, again, thank you so much for your time, Oliver. It's a pleasure to catch up with you after all those years and to see you at the other side of the fence. So congratulations and all the best.
Well,
Salut.
Thank you for having me.